Where is the mind? If you ask a person, it is almost 100% sure that he or she will point to the head and not to the heart. Hello, good day, and welcome to you here in the Ayurveda in Europe channel. So, according to Ayurveda, the root of the channel is in the heart for the mind. But first, let's talk about the channels a little bit to repeat it. So, we talked about it that our whole being is built up from channels. It's easy to imagine if you think, for example, the digestive system. So, you can just follow it from your mouth through the stomach and bowels, or you can think about the arteries or the lymphatic system. They are all just channels. And if you see a small cell under the microscope, you will see that what we think is the border around the cell, it's also only channels. So in the old time, the rishis, the sages, said that we are built up from milliards and milliards of channels. So is the mind. So let's talk about the channels of the mind. So every channel has a root, a channel, and something like an exit. So what is the root of the channel of the mind? So as I already mentioned, it's in the heart, and of course also in the sensory organs like the eyes, the ear, the tongue, the nose, and also the skin. And what is very important, that on our skin there are the so-called marma points, which are also a root for the sensory pathways. And Ayurveda differentiates between outer, so-called ordinary pathways, and also inner pathways. And by this, they mean, for example, the intuition, something which comes from inside. What happens, how the system works? So there is the sensation, and from the sensory organ, the nerve tissues take the information to the centers of the brain, and then after we react to a situation. And how Ayurveda differentiates the mind from this point of view? Those parts of the nervous system which is not under our control, we call autonomous nervous system. For example, how our heart is beating or as we breathe. And that part of the nervous system which is under our willing control, it is related to the conscious mind, the autonomic nervous system to the unconscious mind. And also they relate the chakra system to the hormonal system very, very closely. Otherwise, also the Western scientific studies proved already that if something happens outside, it is the heart which reacts first. So you can measure here changes, and from the heart goes the information to the brain. So actually, we are directed by our heart, not our brain. In fact, in the next video, we are going to talk about also the layers of the mind, which is a little bit different, but the channels were more important first. So I welcome you in both videos, and I hope it helps you in your everyday life to know yourself a little bit better. Stay happy, stay healthy, and have a nice day.